कुंजाबी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी यशोदनंदन व्रजजन रंजन यशोदनंदन व्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल।
युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. I am welcoming all of you for this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So we are reading wonderful literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, and from the Srimad Bhagavatam, we are hearing about Dhruva Maharaj story. Before we start, we'll have short Mangalacharan prayer, and then we'll continue with our class. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Salakayam Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Yadinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatyate Satarine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa chindubhya evacha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hari Om. So maybe last week, His Grace Harishetra Prabhu was discussing about 30th sloka, that fourth canto, 8th chapter, 30th sloka to 33. He discussed basically Dhruva Maharaj going to forest. That is a title of this chapter. Now we will continue from where we were reading. I'm going to share my screen and then we'll read and then we'll continue. Where is it? Hope my screen is visible. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Saiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Samsloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. Okay, so we will read now 4th canto, 8th chapter, 34th sloka. Gunadikhan modam lipset anukrosham gunadamat maitrim samanat anvichen natapair abhi bhuyate. I'll repeat the sloka again one more time. Gunadikhan modam lipset anukrosham gunadamat maitrim samanat anvichen natapair abhi bhuyate. The word-to-word meaning of this sloka, Guna Adigat, one who is more qualified. Moodam, pleasure. Lipset, one should feel. Anukrosam, compassion. Guna Adamat, one who is less qualified. Maitrim, friendship. Samanat, then equal. Anvichet, one should desire, not. Tapai, by tribulation. Abhibhuyate, becomes affected. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: every man should act like this. When he meets a person more qualified than himself, he should be very pleased. When he meets someone less qualified than himself, he should be compassionate to him. And when he meets someone equal to him, he should make friendship with him. In this way, one is never affected by threefold miseries of this material world. I repeat this translation. Every man should act like this. When he meets a person more qualified than himself, he should be very pleased. When he meets someone less qualified than himself, he should be compassionate to him. When he meets someone equal to him, he should make friendship with him. In this way, one is never affected by threefold miseries of this material world. purport, one paragraph purport. I'll read again this purport. Read the purport. Generally, when we find someone more qualified than ourselves, we become envious of him. When we find someone less qualified, we deride him. When we find someone equal, we become very proud of our activities. These are the causes of all material tribulations. The great sage Narada therefore advised that a devotee should act perfectly. Instead of being envious of more qualified man, one should be jolly to receive him. Instead of being oppressive to a less qualified man, one should be compassionate towards him, just to raise him to the proper standard. When one meets an equal, instead of being proud of one's own activity before him, one should treat him as a friend. One should also have compassion for the people in general who are suffering due to forgetfulness of Krishna. This important function will make one happy within this material world. Hare Krishna. Very nice sloka, very, very important sloka. See, nice instruction being given by Narada Muni to Dhruva Maharaj. I hope you all know Dhruva Maharaj from the beginning. I just cut short his story little and then I'll continue from here. So, Dhruva Maharaj is a son of Uttanapada. So, Uttanapada is a son of Manu. Manu is a son of Brahma, right? So, Dhruva Maharaj, the Uttanapada has two wives. The first wife name is Suniti, second wife name is Suruchi. So, Dhruva Maharaj is a son of Suniti. So, one time when Uttanapada was sitting on the throne, he was holding the second wife's son on the lap. So Dhruva Maharaj also desired to sit on another lap of father, but he was thrown out by his stepmother, Surchi, and she was telling that you should have born in my womb, or otherwise you don't have a place there. So he got insulted, got very angry. With that anger, he went to his mother, Suniti. There he was inquired about this. Then Mother Suniti was pacifying him at the same time, because he was asking, like, I want greater than this kingdom, and greater than his grandfather's kingdom, that is Brahma's place. So he was asking, then Mother Suniti was telling that only Vishnu can do that. Then he was asking where I can find a Vishnu. She said that many munis and yogis, they went to forest and then they found it. So immediately his age is at the time Dhruva Maharaj is 5 years old, and with full determination it left the home to forest. So on the way, while going the forest, so Narada Muni came by the arrangement of the Lord, because whoever is looking for the Lord, then Lord arrange the right person. So Narada Muni came, and he was talking to Dhruva Maharaj, and when Dhruva Maharaj was, when Narada Muni was asking, oh, where are you going? And then I'm looking for Lord Vishnu. He was looking in even each and every tree and everywhere. Where is he? So Narada Muni said, you are very young and go back home. This age is not for this, go. So this is the instruction Narada Muni gave initially, because always test will be there. That test is like whether you are determined or not. So, but Dhruva Maharaj was so determined not to go back. He told to Narada Muni, if you are able to show where is Vishnu, you tell me something, or if you don't know, just go away. I'll go and search. So by seeing the determination, Narada Muni started instructing Dhruva Maharaj. So now we are reading that instructions. So here, one of the instruction we read just now, that instruction is, if you find a qualified person, you should invite them very jolly, like you should be fully respectfully, you have to invite, like this is what it is. Then himself, one should be pleased, very pleased. And if it is equal, then you should have a friendship. And if you are lower than us, we should have compassionate. So when we do this, then we can come out of these threefold miseries. This is what the instruction Narada Muni gave to Dhruva Maharaj. So now let us try to understand the purport and this sloka. So normally, if you see in the material world, Prabhupada writes in the purport, if you see in the material world, somebody who is superior than, like superior means more quality, more opulent. In material world, I'm talking about more opulent. Immediately people get envious of them. This is what the nature, because the mode of material nature act on each and every living entity, right? So immediately get enviousness. So they try to do something. When we get enviousness, what the people will do? They try to pull them down or defame or whatever way the way we assume, like instead of receiving them with the respect and then do something. But this is the nature of the material nature. So the materialistic people will do this one only. Why the materialistic people will do? The materialistic thing is that always when I do something, what I will get it from them. That's the point, right? Normally, if we see when a wealthy person comes, immediately people get friendship kind of thing. Actually, not a friendship. They want something from them. This is how. And that person also wanted something from him. That is how they have a friendship. He wants some people or something like that. That's how they get friendship. Or rather, they don't do that. But the spiritual life is always different. Here you see the Narada Muni set the standard. What is the standard? This is a standard. The spiritual life is not only spiritual, it's applicable to even material people also, but normally they don't know this, so they behave like this. So Narada Muni gives the standard. How one should be behave in general people. There are three categories mentioned. That's what one is superior, equal, and less qualified. Normally, if you see always devotee keep themselves less qualified, because that is called humbleness. First, you have to keep less qualified. We should not keep ourselves higher qualification, put ourselves higher qualified. And then this is what, like very nicely told, if the person who is equal, then what they do, they proud of themselves. They show some more. I have more than what you have. This is what materialistic thought process. Materialistic thought process is, suppose some equal level of friends comes, immediately what are the activity they will show in their home or in their office, whatever they are doing, so that they want to show superiority to even for our friends. That is how the materialistic life works. And if higher people comes, envy, immediately envy of them. And then lower people comes, then what happens? They derate them, they crush them. You are below than me, like this. That is a materialistic mentality. But the spiritual, but the general standard is Narada Muni saying here, you should be welcoming them. That the superior comes now, you should be serve them. You should be welcoming them. For example, in our shastras, when even in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Daksha, when he receives Lord Shiva, he was thinking that he is greater than him. He was thinking Shiva is less than him. So he was not even arranged a place for him to receive him. He was trying to insult whatever the way. When he comes, because of some problem, because Sati is a daughter of Daksha, and he given to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was like he was living in a graveyard, and because that purpose, so he was totally insulting Lord Shiva there. But he doesn't know the quality of the Lord Shiva, because whenever we think we are superior, our eyes are blind, become blind, and he doesn't know what to do. He totally disrespect. Finally, this is what happened. So he got head was cut, and all the things happened. Because when we think ourselves greater, proud, then we do all the mistake. In the material world also same thing, the material world also, we do all the mistake. So the proud is called darkness. Proud is called darkness. We become a dark. We don't know what we are doing. Because of that, we do all the mistake. We'll be very unhappy. People are, if you see some people growing nicely, advancing nicely, the people will be very unhappy because that is called enviousness. They try to pull them down, or at least they try to make them equal, and they don't know. Not envious means they always pull them down than us. That is a motto of envious. So here the materialistic people does that one only, but here Narada gives a standard. What is the standard? You should serve them, you should please them, invite them, and then try to learn from them. That is a more important. That is a quality of the Vaishnava. In Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami writes there, whenever Uttama Adhikari comes, you have to, that person who dedicated his life, who is working for the Lord himself, we have to invite them, we have to serve them. The person who is Madhyama Adhikari means he discriminates, actually. He discriminates. So that good and bad and all the things. That person comes, we have to offer obeisances to that person. Whenever Kanishta Adhikari means a person, even chanting one round, that person, we have to mentally offer respect to them, that obeisances to them, mentally offer, at least. So this is the structure which is given even in Upadesamrita. Like, we have to learn this, then we'll not be in trouble in mode of material nature. So how to understand a person is mode of material nature? His behavior. The behavior, when you see the behavior of the person, you respect the people, not like, okay, Hare Krishna like this. No, that is not respect. Respect means your activity will shows. Your activity, what you are doing for that personality, how you respect to them, how you behave with them, how you want to, what you want to learn from that person. That is what important. Association of devotee means we try to learn from the devotee, not to try to pull them down to the devotees. That is not association. Association means we go there, we learn from the devotees. That is why we are associating with the devotees. They are practicing bhakti so nicely, so seriously. What I can learn from them. That is more important. Then why they are advancing, why I am not advancing, then pull down. No, that is not the way. So this is very important instruction Narada Muni gives. Or otherwise, we are in the mode of material nature. We have to understand ourselves. Suppose we are trying to pull down that particular person, then that means we are in mode of material nature. When we try to boasting ourselves, I'm a great devotee, I'm doing this. That is also called proud. That means we are in tamoguna. We are in a mode of material nature. Then we are on the act. The mode of material nature is acting on us. Please try to understand this. The mode of material nature is acting on us. Then we do all the things. And when we see the lower than us, then we'll derate them. That is mode of material nature. But here what he says, we have to show compassionate. Compassionate means what? He is struggling in the mode of material nature. We have to help him. So the person who is acting on that platform, we should understand this person is right person, like that, right? So we should act according to that. Then the threefold miseries. What are the threefold miseries? Threefold miseries: Adi Atmika, Adi Devika, Adi Bhautika. This will not trouble. This is what Narada Muni gives here, the instruction. Very nice instruction, actually. This instruction is applicable to everyone. So this is what Prabhupada writes here. This Narada Muni, their advice, devotee should act perfectly. This is an etiquette also. It's an etiquette, Vaishnava etiquette. Vaishnava etiquette is, normally the devotee, they put themselves down and then they serve. Then they see the quality of the person. So what are the quality? There are 26 quality which is mentioned. You see how much tolerant he is, how much humble he is. Those so many qualities are there. That quality you will learn from that person. Or otherwise, where there is no scope of learning any quality, then we cannot call ourselves as a Vaishnava, great Vaishnava. Like, meaning we are not progressing towards full qualified Vaishnava. If you want to become a Vaishnava, then we have to imbibe this quality one by one. You just read all 26 quality, what quality I have, what quality that person have. Always we should see the good qualities in other person. That is more important than what bad quality that person has. If we see the bad quality, we can find n number of bad quality of any people. Because this Kali Yuga, everybody is affected by mode of material nature, and everybody has lot of faults. Kale dosha nide rajan. That's what in a Kali Yuga, everybody is full of fault. But we have to find, but there should be some one good qualities also. That quality we have to try to find out, and that quality we have to appreciate. That's more important than finding faults with them. Then when you do that, what happens? We will get that quality in us. That's important. So this always when we try to appreciate others' quality, but it should be a genuine quality again. We should find the genuine quality and then we should appreciate. That is how we have to progress in Krishna consciousness as a devotee. This will be applicable to the normal people also, but because normal people don't listen to anything, so they live like that. They will be always envious, they'll always pull down the people, and then they deride the people and always boasting themselves. I'm a great devotee, see, like this, like this, like this. That is not the quality of the devotee. Devotee means I am totally dependent on the Lord. Whatever Lord does, oh Krishna, it's your mercy. That's all. That's how a devotee will deal with them, right? So we should imbibe this quality as a Vaishnava. Very, very important. These are the very important to be happy in this material world. At least to be happy in this material world, we should deal this. That is why we should become a preacher. Become a preacher, because if you are in the very lower level, you will not have. You don't have. Like what do you say? You don't have you don't have a person to serve. You need a person to serve. So we have to. Prabhupada mentioned that everybody should try to become a Madhyamadhikari. Madhyamadhikari means he's a preacher. But while preaching, we should show compassionate to the lower level people. More important. Or otherwise, we should not show bossism or like what do you call? You are under me. No, we are serving, whether they are happy or not. That is more important. Not I'm happy or not. we should make them happy, the lower level. That is called serving. That is called compassionate towards them, so that we can get them closer to Krishna. That's a more important activity of the preaching activity, right? So preacher means you should show compassionate. That's the first quality. Second quality of the preacher is always you should have a Krishna consciousness. The person who have a Krishna consciousness, that person only can give Krishna. Then only the member will become Krishna consciousness. So that is another quality of the devotee. So you should always think of Krishna and always how to serve Krishna, how to please Krishna, how to please Guru. That is a more important thing the devotee should have, so that he can give that to the person. If we don't have Krishna consciousness, how I can make other devotee as a Krishna consciousness? It's not possible. So that is why devotees are more important. So anybody can talk about Krishna, but the Krishna consciousness can be given only by the person who have Krishna consciousness. That is, they should be the preacher. So the preacher should be very absorbed in Krishna consciousness, and that Krishna consciousness has to transfer to the person who is hearing from him, so that he will get Krishna consciousness and he can advance quickly, right? So this is what most important for a preacher as a Madhyamadhikari. We should not be in the same, like a lower level. Many people stay there. Many people, they don't want to come as a preacher. But preaching is very, very important activity, personally, as well as for a service to the parampara system. So everybody should strive to come to Madhyamadhikari. The other level, the Uttamadhikari, the first category of person always sees that everybody is a devotee than him. He thinks himself, I am not a devotee. Everybody is a devotee of the Lord. He don't find the fault on them. He don't find the fault on other persons. He will be like, he will always find the fault on him. He'll try to correct him. And that's how he lives. Because he's a very, very high conscious person. Such a person, we should serve them and we should try to listen to them, and then we have to learn from many things from them. Very, very important. This is what Rupa Goswami is mentioning in Nectar of Instruction. So when we do this activity, our quality will increase. Our quality will increase. So we will be living with a high consciousness. Our consciousness will keep increasing. So by keep increasing, we can get Krishna conscious at the end. Because right now we are in the human form, we have only human consciousness or less than human consciousness. When we practice bhakti, we can go higher, higher consciousness, right? When we see this kind of a standard, when you follow, this is a standard. When this standard we follow, then our practice of bhakti is so nice. When we don't follow, then we'll do a lot of aparad, or what do you say, misbehave with the devotees. That means we don't know the etiquette, how to deal with the devotees, how to deal. This Narada Muni very nicely gave this instruction. This is not devotional service, or this is a general instruction is giving. You should behave like this, you should do like this. This is instruction. So every devotee should follow this. If you follow, then automatically our dealing with the devotees, behaving with the devotees, perfect. Behaving with the devotees. Otherwise, there is a possibility of misbehaving with the devotees. When we possibility of misbehaving means what happens? So we'll not have very nice relationship with the devotees. If we don't know how to nicely relate with devotees, then how we can have a nice relationship with Supreme Lord? Because when we envy on them, that is why we fall down in this material world. And then here also we are doing the same thing, right? So this applicable in the house or family, everywhere. So society and even in the office. See, this is what it is. People does the same thing. So when we are in the material platform, under the mode of material nature, will be like this: always envy of others, or derate them who are down, and then who are like an equal level. We'll try to boast ourselves, and then we are great. We will show them I'm greater than you. This is the activity normally in the material platform. This happens in every level. For example, relatives, social, in office, corporate, national, international, every level. But when we become a devotee, when we understand this instruction, how to follow, what to do, then we'll be humble ourselves. Humbleness is the sign of the devotee. When you are not humble, when you show off in front of the devotee, that is not a sign of the devotee. That is a proudness, that is a darkness, that is a tamoguna of the devotee. So that means the devotee is still under the mode of ignorance, not in the mode of goodness. But we have to strive to come to mode of goodness. Then only we can come to transcendental platform. Whatever literature we are studying, for example, now Srimad Bhagavatam we are studying. This is called Amalam Puran. So this take us to transcendental platform, from goodness to transcendental platform. And Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, it will take us from goodness to transcendental platform. So our job is we have to keep ourselves in the mode of goodness. So when we are in the mode of goodness, then automatically while reading this literature, then we can go forward to the mode of transcendence. Like it is above the mode of material nature. So this is the idea every devotee should have, and then take it forward. So this is a very nice instruction Narada Muni gave, and we have to follow. I'll share the screen. I'll go to the next sloka. Okay, this is 35 sloka. Dhruva uvacha soyam samo bhagavata sukha dukkha hatatmanam darshita kripaya pumsam durdarshosmat vidaistu yaha. Translation: Dhruva Maharaj said, "My dear Lord Narada ji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by material conditions, by the material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have so kindly explained for attainment of peace of mind is certainly very good instruction. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm covered by ignorance. This kind of philosophy does not touch my heart. This is the present condition of the normal people. So Dhruva Maharaj is trying to tell us this is a state. Okay, I'll read the purport and then we'll go forward. So there are various classes of men. One class is called akamis, referring to those who have no material desire. Desire must exist, either material or spiritual. Material desire arises when one wants to satisfy one's personal senses. One who is ready to sacrifice anything to satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead can be said to have an spiritual desire. Dhruva did not accept an instruction given by great Saint Narada because he thought himself unfit for such instruction, which prohibited all material desire. It is not a fact. However, that those who have material desire are prohibited from worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not a fact. That's what I say. This is an essential instruction from the life of Dhruva. He frankly admitted that his heart was full of material desire. He was very much affected by cruel words of his stepmother. Whereas those who are spiritually advanced do not care about anyone's condemnation or adoration. In Bhagavad Gita, okay, so this is Prabhupada is talking about. There is a sloka, akama sarva kavoma kamova moksha kama udaradi. So the person, there are three different category of people. Akama means there is no desire, and then sarva kama, full of desire, and then moksha kama, he has a desire for liberation. So like this different category of people. So akama, there is not possibility of without desire. This is basically the people who are like following this Brahman realization. They try to not to desire anything. Actually, that is not possible. That not to desire, they desire to not to desire itself a desire, right? So that itself a big desire. So it is not possible without desire. The living entity can live. So that is not possible. And then sarva kama, all the desire the people have. So that is also a problem. And then liberation, desire for liberation, that is also a problem. But finally, there is a tivra bhakti yogena purusham param. That is a sloka in that sloka. So the people who have tivra, that very, very sincere, very, very, what is it? The right word I'm not getting. So he has a tivra bhakti. He want to do service to Supreme Lord. Such a person is also having desire, but the desire is spiritual desire. This is more important. The desire to enjoy material nature, or no, there is no desire, and then desire for liberation is all bad. But the desire to serve the Supreme Lord is the only thing which is very, very important. That is what the devotee needed. That is what Prabhupada here mentioning. See here, the Dhruva Maharaj is having a lot of desire, right? He came and I want the planet which is greater than my great grandfather. Who is that? Lord Brahmaji. So he wanted a greater than him. So that is a desire he has. So when Narada Muni says that, okay, you should follow this instruction, whatever we discussed earlier. So immediately say that it's not possible for me. Same thing Arjuna also told when Krishna was teaching the Karma Yoga. At the end, the Dhyana Yoga was there. In the Karma Yoga, there is Dhyana Yoga was there. He was telling you have to sit like this, you have to go to forest, you have to sit in the position and then sit straight, you have to close your eyes, half of the eyes has to be closed, the remaining has to nose, the remaining has to see the tip of the nose, and all the instruction Krishna gave. After hearing all the things, Arjuna said, you are saying all the things, it's not possible for me. Same thing here. Dhruva Maharaj is saying that. Same thing here. But here, one thing we should understand that it is not that only a particular person to worship Krishna or Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's not like that. Anybody can worship. It can be in any levels, whatever the level, any living entity, like any human being, any living entity, very, very lowest of the people. They take Krishna consciousness, they'll come to the highest level. This is what Prabhupada wanted to say here in the purport, is that, okay, it is not the fact. It's not the fact that only highest level, like if you see that Dhruva Maharaj is Kshatriya. Basically, Kshatriya is administrative quality. That doesn't mean that you should not worship Lord, because everybody should worship the Lord, and then by practicing bhakti, everybody's quality will increase. That is a unique about the devotees. Devotee means their quality will keep on increase. All the bad quality will go away. All the good quality will be pouring in, and then slowly they will become pure, right? By chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting the holy name, all the bad impression which we had in our mind, everything will be cleansed. Cheto Darpana Marchanam, and then we progress towards higher consciousness. Then the quality, the 26 quality which is mentioned about devotee, everything will come in. All the good quality will come in. Whatever bad quality we have in our heart will go out. But the devotee should be hankering for the good quality. Hankering. That means when you take association of the devotee, we should anchor what good quality I have to acquire. I don't have this quality. I want to acquire this quality. So you have to associate with such devotees and then take that quality from the devotee. By talking to them, that is what dadati priti krignati guyam akayache prachati. So you have to inquire such a personality, that person who is practicing so seriously, and then go and inquire how I can do that. Inquire means it should be submissive. It should not be very proud. When the proud is there, then devotee won't tell, oh, I don't know, I am very, very nice. I don't know, I'm a very simple person. I don't know anything. You are better than me. Like this, they'll go. Because acquiring quality means we should go with a lower mode, begging mode. That means, that is what always devotee means, they put down themselves. That means they are trying to learn something. If you put ourselves under the mode of material nature, then we cannot learn. So that is what Krishna says, Tatpriti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya ubadesyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshanaha. So if you want to learn from the spiritual master, then we should be in the very submissive. Then we should do seva. Then only we'll show the path. So similarly, when we want to learn something, we should go with a mode of goodness and then put ourselves down and then try to learn that person who is already practicing. Or otherwise, there is no possibility of learn. Then we think that I know everything. If somebody thinks I know everything, that means he is in mode of ignorance. Because we have so many things to learn in our life. If we say that I know everything, then we are stop learning. We stop learning, right? So the point is that we should go to the devotee who is practicing so nicely. Such a person you approach and get it. So here the Dhruva Maharaj says that, okay, it is not possible for me. Then, but right here, perfect. We'll read next paragraph. I'll share the screen. Here Prabhupada writes, okay, the second paragraph. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that person who are actually advanced in spiritual life do not care for dual behavior of material world. The duality, they do not care. Advanced person. But Dhruva Maharaj frankly admitted that he was not beyond the affliction of material distress and happiness. He was confident that the instruction given by Narada was valuable, yet he could not accept it. The question raised here is whether or not person afflicted with material desire is fit to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead. The answer is that everyone is fit to worship him. Even if one has many material desires to fulfill, you should take Krishna consciousness and worship Supreme Lord Krishna, who is merciful that he fulfills everyone's desire. Through this narration, it will become very clear that no one is barred from worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if one has many material desire. This is what it is. Even we have a material desire, we can worship Supreme Lord because he is the one who is going to fulfill all our desires, and then we can get we can progress toward Krishna consciousness also. Even if you go with material desire, this is what happened to Dhruva Maharaj. Later you are going to understand how he is get benefited. Whenever we go with material desire, Lord is fulfilled that material desire, as well as he will give spiritual desire also. Because even though we don't have spiritual desire, he will give the spiritual benefit to you. Because we approach Supreme Lord will give more than what we require. That is how when we see, even when Bali Maharaj surrendered, it looked like he has taken away everything from him. But he became a doorkeeper for this Bali Maharaj. So this is more than what needed. This is what a Lord does. Whenever Lord take away something from us, that means it is good for us. Something is going to give back bigger than that. That is what Lord does it. So here, if you see that it's everyone is fit to worship Supreme Lord. That's what Prabhupada writes here, because it is not that from this Dhruva Maharaj, from this story of Dhruva Maharaj, we should be very clearly understood that even though we are not fit for worshipping Supreme Lord, but everybody is eligible. We feel that we have so much material desire, but everybody is eligible to fit worship Supreme Lord, because we are part and parcel of Supreme Lord. We are not just only materialistic people. No, anybody can worship. Anybody. That is a important point we should understand from this. And then when we start worshiping Supreme Lord, automatically our senses will become purified. That is another one. This is like antiseptic. Like when you put antiseptic, when you are wounded, is there antiseptic you put that will cure. Similarly, when we in touch with Supreme Lord, automatically our all material desire will be go away. Slowly will come to spiritual desire. Automatically, it will come. It will happen. When you start worshiping Supreme Lord, the Lord does everything. So we should always worship Supreme Lord. That is more important in this. We'll go to the next sloka. We have time now. I have to share, right? I have to share. Atapi me binitasya shatram goram upeyushaha sruchaya durvacho bhanair nabinneshayate pradi. Translation: Oh my Lord, I am very prudent for not accepting your instruction, but this is not my fault. It is due to my having been born in Kshatriya family. My stepmother Suruchi has pierced my heart with her harsh words. Therefore, your valuable instruction does not stand in my heart. Very nice point he's making. So now, purport, it is said that the heart or mind is just like an earthen pot. Once broken, it cannot be repaired by any means. Dhruva Maharaja gave this example to Narada Muni. He said that his heart had been pierced by the arrows of his stepmother's harsh word, felt so broken that nothing seemed valuable, but his desire to counteract her insult. His stepmother had said that because he was born from womb of Suniti, a neglected queen of Maharaja Uttanapada, Dhruva Maharaja was not fit to sit either on the throne or on his father's lap. In other words, according to his stepmother, he could not be declared king. Dhruva Maharaja's determination, therefore, was to become a king of the planet, exalted even beyond that possessed by Lord Brahma, the greatest of all demigods. Dhruva Maharaj indirectly informed the great sage Narada that there are 4 kinds of human spirit: the Brahmanical spirit, Kshatriya spirit, Vaishya spirit, and Shudra spirit. The spirit of one caste is not applicable to the member of another. The philosophical spirit enunciated by Narada Muni might have been suitable for Brahmana spirit, but it was not suitable for Kshatriya. Dhruva frankly admitted that he was lacking in Brahmanical humility and was therefore unable to accept the philosophy of Narada Muni. The statements of Dhruva Maharaj indicate that unless a child trained according to his tendency, there is no possibility of developing his particular spirit. It was a duty of a spiritual master or a teacher to observe the psychological movement of a particular boy and thus train him in a particular occupational duty. Dhruva Maharaja, having already been trained in Kshatriya spirit, would not accept the Brahmanical philosophy. In America, we had a practical experience of this incompatibility of Brahminical and Kshatriya temperament. The American boys who have simply been trained as Sudras are not at all fit to fight in battle. Therefore, when they are called to join in the military, they refuse because they do not have Kshatriya spirit. This is cause of great dissatisfaction in the society. That boys do not have Kshatriya spirit does not mean that they are trained in a Brahminical quality. They are trained as Shudras. Thus, in frustration, they are becoming hippies. However, as soon as they entered the Krishna conscious movement, being started in America, they are trained to meet Brahminical qualification, even though they have fallen to the lowest condition of Shudras. In other words, since Krishna conscious movement is open for everyone, people in general can attain the Brahminical qualification. This is the greatest need at present moment. For now, there are actually no Brahmanas or Kshatriyas, but only some Vaishyas and for the most part, Sudras. The classification of society into Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras very scientific. In the human social body, Brahmanas are considered the head, Kshatriyas are the arms, Vaishyas are the belly, and Sudras are the legs. At the present moment, the body has legs and belly, but there is no arms or head. And therefore, society is topsy-turvy. It is necessary to establish the Brahminical qualification in order to raise the fallen human society to the highest standard of spiritual consciousness. So here we are talking about Varnashrama. So here, Dhruva Maharaj not able to accept the instruction because he is a Satriya spirit and his heart was pierced with the harsh words of his stepmother, right? So here Prabhupada writes about Varnashrama. Because Dhruva Maharaj, why is saying I'm not able to accept? Because I am a Satriya quality, I am not able to accept because whatever the instruction given to me is a Brahminical instruction kind of is telling. So Prabhupada writes about Varnashrama. So the ISKCON, the whole point of ISKCON is raise the quality of the people. This is the highest service to the humanity ISKCON is doing. Raise the quality from whatever quality you are there now. Right now, you may be a Sudra, you may be a Kshatriya, you may be a Vaishya, or even Brahminical quality. But by practicing bhakti, everybody will become first-class Brahmana or Vaishnava. The Vaishnava is more than a Brahmana. So that is what the idea of this ISKCON movement, and then going back to Godhead. That is a final goal. But to go to that, by practicing bhakti, everybody's quality will increase, right? So right now, if you see in our government, all are ready to train Shudras nicely. See, study, and then work under somebody, right? So all other three category people, they will not work under anybody. It's a natural things actually. It is not that we create some caste system here. No, by naturally in a society, if we see there are intellectual people, there are administrative quality people, there are business mentality people, and then there is Shudra category people. This four category people, by naturally it is there. That is why Krishna says Chaturvarnam Maya system Guna Karma Vibhashaka. This is basically based on their Guna and Karma, right? By default, this quality will be there. But by practicing bhakti, everybody become higher quality. That is different. But basically, this naturally these four category people are there. So it is not only India. It is not only applicable to India. All over the world, it is applicable. You can find this kind of people. Maybe they are not following the caste system or whatever it is. Right now, whatever caste system we have, that is bogus, that people created. Initially start with Varnashrama. Later, it becomes like a person who is a Sudra category, like they disrespect them. No, this category is created to live happily in this world. That is what this category. For example, a Brahmana category people, if you give Sudra work, he cannot do it. He is totally not interested. He cannot do it. But if you give the Sudra people to Brahmana work, he will be bewildered. He cannot do it because he is not he doesn't have that quality. So each and everybody, as that person who's naturally Brahminical quality, that person will be happily do that, and then the system work properly. That is how the system was there. But by practicing bhakti, anybody can go to any other quality. That is what the Vaishnavas will work any category. Any category. They will be working as a Sudra, they can work as a Kshatriya, they can work as a Vaishya, they can work as a Brahmana, because they have a devotion towards the Lord. They work for the Lord. They don't work for themselves. But normal Varnashrama system is that by naturally they have some quality. In that quality only they should work. If they work any other quality, they'll be very, very dissatisfied. Now you see a lot of job dissatisfaction and all, because they don't like it, but still they are forced to work as a Sudra there. He might be some Brahminical quality person, but put into the job, and he doesn't like it because we need a money, and people started working and then frustrated with the job, because we are not naturally not inclined to do that. That is what it is, right? So we should understand from this is that the Varnashram system is very scientific, and then very, very appropriate, not only in previous era, no, every time, because it's very applicable to every time, because this is designed by the Lord. So we should understand from this is that we should follow this. If you follow, the person will be happy. For example, the children, they are studying, he might be interested in some art and like something else, but we force him to study engineering or doctor, but he doesn't like it, but still we force him, or some because we don't know what quality our children has. So earlier the system was Gurukul system. They identify what category a person is. Accordingly, they'll train them. Accordingly, they'll engage them. So they'll be happily do that, each and every category of person, like the children's, and then they grow. That is how they grow. And then they nicely live, happily live. Or otherwise, if we put a Brahmana person to Sudra, he'll be unhappy, and then Sudra to Brahmana, he'll be unhappy anywhere. It is not by birth. It should be very, very clear. It is not by birth. It is by guna and karma. So the natural guna, the quality the person exhibits while acting in this material world, we can understand. That is what this Gurukul early days they does it. Now we don't have Gurukul system. Now it's a parent's responsibility to identify and then accordingly guide them. So that means the parents should know what is good and what is bad. Then they should understand the scripture, and then they can help their children's. And ourselves also put into ourselves. What quality I have, accordingly I can work. If somebody working independently, that means he's a Brahminical quality or Kshatriya quality or Vaishya quality. Somebody always need instruction. Somebody should say something, then only he'll work. That person is Sudra category person. He cannot think of himself to do something, right? So that is called Sudra category. But that doesn't mean that he's low grade. No, he can do that much. He can do happily work in that area and work and go. But it is not like the caste system, whatever we talk about, low category people and they don't respect. No, it's not. This whole creation is happens to happily live in this material world according to their nature, and then go forward towards Krishna. That is more important than disrespecting the people, respecting the people, all the things. Always we should respect to everyone. Even what to talk about the human being, you should talk about, you can think about ant or any living entity we should respect. So this is how we should live in this material world, because each and everybody in this material world is part and parcel of Krishna. There is no doubt about it. Krishna says, Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So Manasastrani Indriyani, like everybody part and parcel of me. Every living entity, Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta, all the Jiva Bhutas are my part and parcel. So we should think of each and every living entity is also part and parcel. So we should respect. The main part is we should know how to respect the living entity. It is not we created, it is Lord created. So we don't have a right to destroy them. We don't have a right because we have not created. When we have not created, how you can destroy them? It's not possible. It should not, you don't have that rights. You should get permission from the creator, right? So we should always think when we try to destroy something, we are doing sin indirectly, not directly. It is directly. Yeah, we are doing sin, right? So this is what we try to understand from this. So the Varnashram system That's what Prabhupada writes here. It is very necessary to re-establish Brahminical qualification to raise the fallen human society to highest, right? So, status spiritual consciousness. Right now, everybody is training to Sudras. Now, even though they have Brahminical quality, even though they have Kshatriya quality, this government, all the people are trying to train them to be a Shudras. But ISKCON movement is everybody trying to make them a Brahminical quality. Because we don't have head, we don't have a body. So this is what it is. The whole system, this is compared to the whole system. Brahmana means head, and then arms, and arms means Satriyas. Belly means Vaishyas, and then legs means Shudras. For living peacefully, all the part is very important. It is not that the leg is lower level will not have it, will be like a disrespect. No, it's not like that. We should respect, because without this leg, how will you live? Similarly, without Shudra, you cannot live. Without head, how will you live? No. Now we are living like that. Without head and without arms, people are living. So the government is only concentrating on economy, but not concentrating on how to follow dharma. That establishment is not there. See, basically the Kshatriya's job is to establish a dharma. People are following dharma or not. If they are not following, make them follow. That's the main job of administration. That means a government. Vaishyas, the business people job is to make a business and then generate food and protection, cow protection, all the things. But but now government itself doing only Vaishya's job, and most of the people are in Shudra category because they trained to be a Shudra. Even though they have the quality, they trained to be Shudra. Now they are dissatisfied, and like this. Not only Brahmana, Satriya, Vaishya quality, also they're training. Everybody undergo training. Now we have to give the training to become a Brahmana. That training, where we'll get it? Only by practicing bhakti you can get it, because some people naturally have, some people may not have, but we can raise them by practicing bhakti. The consciousness will increase by practicing bhakti. So this is a important activity the movement, ISKCON movement, is doing. By chanting the holy name, by practicing bhakti, everybody can raise to the highest quality, from human consciousness to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is nothing but a God consciousness, right? Krishna is Supreme Lord, and we get that consciousness. Krishna also confirms in Bhagavad Gita, saying that by doing this, you will get my quality. So everybody can get Krishna's quality. That doesn't mean that we'll become God, we'll get the quality, right? We are very, very minute. Krishna is very, very great. So we are Anu, Krishna is Vibhu, and then we are very, very minute. We'll get that quality, like a ocean, one drop of ocean, also same quality of the whole ocean, right? So similarly, we'll get the quality of the Lordship, but we cannot become a God at any point of time. We'll be always servant of Krishna. That is how, that is our real position, right? So we read the three topics today. I just summarize all the things, and then we'll go for question answer session. I just summarize. First thing is, so this different levels of the people. So there is higher category, superior category of people. There is equal people, and then there is low. Means here low means what? The quality. They are new. They don't know. Now we have to compassionate. That is a low. So this quality, three qualities of people, how to behave each other, that we understood by. So the higher, like superior people, we have to respect them, and we have to serve them. That is how we should behave with them, and we should happily invite them, and then ask some questions, and then secretly you have to ask, and then you would get the answer for you. That is how we have to learn from the people who are practicing bhakti. And then the equal level people, we should be that the peer level people. You have to be like sharing your experiences, and you get shared from them also. And then that is how you have to practice your bhakti. And then lower level people, you should show compassionate. They don't know, so how to help them to bring to higher consciousness, to bring up level up. That is the another job. So this is the first sloka we discussed. Very, very important sloka. This is very, very practical. If this is not there, then in Krishna consciousness is very, very tough. We need that. That is why we have to raise up to the platform of Madhyama. At least if we are not going to Uttam Adhikari, no problem. But at least we have to, from the Kanishta Adhikari to Madhyam Adhikari, we have to raise. Prabhupada requested each and every devotee should go to that level. Very, very important. And then the second sloka, what we learned is that, what is that? Let's see that sloka. So in the second sloka, Dhruva Maharaj say that, okay, so the different type of people we discussed. What is that? This akami, there is no desire, and then full of desire, and then what is else? And then liberation, desire for liberation. But what is the ultimate thing is to worship the Supreme Lord. That is more important. And anybody can worship, everybody can worship Supreme Lord. There is no restriction to worship Supreme Lord, and that we learned. And then third one is about the Varnashram system. We discussed the Varnashram system is very, very scientific and is given by Supreme Lord himself. And it is applicable to all over the world. It's not only in India. It is not the caste system. It's basically, it's not by birth. It is by guna and karma. So it is very, very necessary in the present world is that, so there is no Brahmana, there is no Kshatriya, only Sudras and Vaishya peoples are there. Remaining, most of them are Shudra and very few Vaishyas. So it is everybody, the government and everybody trying to train all the people to become a Shudra. So it is very, very necessary to bring the people to higher consciousness, the Kshatriya and Brahmanical quality. So by practicing bhakti, we can do that. We can bring that Varnashram back to that. But how much, whatever is happening, we are not in our control, but Prabhupada already desired, so it will happen for a period. I stop here. If you have any questions, or you can chat in the chat, or you can raise the question. Maybe I can answer. I'll try to answer. Okay, what is the meaning of Vibhu? So it's great, big. Anu means very, very small. Vibhu means so great. We cannot identify. That's a very, very big. Yeah. Lord can be greater than the greatest and smaller than the smallest. Anything he can, but normally Krishna is great. That is how we should understand. Yeah. Yeah, it is there. 26 Vaishnava qualities. It is there in Nectar of Instruction. So you can read it, all the qualities. So some qualities we can say pride. There is no pride. That is humbleness. Humbleness is one of the quality. And tolerant, always tolerate. The people, like normally become a devotee means you know properly what is happening. But the other people, they came new, they do a lot of mistake, they tolerate them because they are coming up newly. Somehow we have to help them. So that is another quality. Like this, the devotee should have 16 qualities. Devotees are poetic, very nice. They do like many qualities, like the 26 quality you will read. Yeah, from Nectar of Devotion, you can read. There it is there, 26 qualities. So all the qualities, all the devotee try to acquire by practicing bhakti. By naturally it will come, but still we should be consciously try to acquire all the qualities. So by associating with the devotees, you will get it. The other devotee already practicing. What is this? Karan was Kshatriya by nature, but due to Shudra adoptive parents who are not getting into Gurukul, so Varnashrama was not followed in the Yuga also. Okay, Karna case is totally different. So Karna case is totally different because even when you see it's almost in the corrupted stage in a Dwapara Yuga, end of the Dwapara Yuga. That is what it is. It was what do you say? Krishna was supposed to leave from this planet after this war. He is going to leave, and that is a state. Kali Yuga is going to start. There is a Sandhi. After that, Kali Yuga start. End of the Dwapara Yuga. We see Dronacharya is a Brahmana, but he was teaching for Kshatriyas. But he's also participating in the war and all the things. But the thing is that by birth, that should be identified, a Gurukul, but it was not followed here. That doesn't mean that earlier it was not followed, but this was a end of this in the end of the Dwapara Yuga. That is what happened. There are a lot of like this contradiction is there in Mahabharata because that was the end of that. Like supposed to Kali is a start. Yes. Okay, it's a nice question. How did Kali Yuga started? Kali Yuga. So if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, there how Kali entered into the this world. There it is very clearly mentioned that when Parishit Maharaj was there after Yudhishthira Maharaj left, this is a Sandhi period. After that, Parishit Maharaj is taken over. At that time, Kali is entering. So in Kali Yuga, there are 4 pillars of Dharma. That 3 pillars already each and every Yuga, one pillar is gone. The last pillar is like only truthfulness for this Kali Yuga. That also keep on reducing. So there is a bull standing on one leg, kind of. So the Kali personality, he comes and try to kill that cow. Killing a cow is equivalent to killing the human being almost, because the consciousness of the cow and human being, the next birth of the cow is cow or bull is human form actually, according to Shastras. So, and that is also they'll take birth in Brahmana family. That cow or bull will take birth in Brahmana because they higher consciousness. So when they try to kill, and then Kali Yuga enter and it started killing. At that time, at the age, it was not allowed. So immediately, Parishit Maharaj tried to kill that person who is like a black person and wearing helmet, like all the things, because like a king he was, but he was doing like a Sudra kind of job. So that is how. But basically, the Kali Yuga is started in was that our Parishit Maharaj period. That is how he started Bhagavatam, because Kali Yuga entered in the Brahmana's mind and he cursed Parishit Maharaj to say within 7 days you have to die. That is what he entered. Kali Yuga means, Kali means corrupting the mind. So many corruption happen in the mind. Even though we try to be good, but we cannot be. So that is where, to counteract the effect of Kali, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, counteracting Idishodashakanamnam Kali Kalmasanasanam. So the 16 syllables name will counteract the Kali's effect on your mind, right? So the Kali Yuga means it is changing your consciousness, your mind first, your mind, and then it will slowly change our consciousness, basically. So to counteract, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only solution. So it started when Parishit Maharaj was there, and the Kali Purusha was asking, when Parishit Maharaj was trying to kill that Kali, Kali was telling that see, in your kingdom there is no place to live for me, so give me some space. Then he asked for 4 places. One is wherever gambling is happening, wherever intoxication happening, wherever illicit sex happening, and then wherever meat eater. So these four places always some quarrel will be there. So this fourth place always Kali was there. But Kali Purusha was not satisfied with that. And then he was asking, can you give me one more place? Then he asked the gold. So this Parishit Maharaj agreed. So he entered into the gold also. So when he entered, when Parishit Maharaj is wearing golden helmet, he come into his mind itself. That is how he started. He tricked actually. But that is a nature. So Kali started like this, and it is basically changing the mind, corrupting the mind. So that is how every day when we go out and come in, we have a lot of corruption happen in our mind. So that is why we have to chant every day, clean that mind, corrupted mind, clean. By chanting the holy name, we can clean that heart, that bad impressions that's happened. So we can progress in Krishna consciousness. I hope I answered your question. Okay. If no more question, then we can close the session. Thank you for joining today. So we'll have Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare